Hey guys, welcome to Fitness Chats with Zach, and as I said last week, in this video I'm going to demonstrate various exercises to help you strengthen your abdominal core. Now the first exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the sit-up, and to be clear, I don't really encourage using this exercise 100% of the time as an efficient way to strengthen your core, simply because it doesn't really efficiently strengthen your core. What actually happens during the sit-up and the last position of this move is our abdominal muscles actually relax, and that is not something that we want to happen very often in order to strengthen the core. So as such, this exercise is not the most efficient way to strengthen the abdominal muscles, and I don't really recommend it. I was merely demonstrating it to explain, why it's not necessarily the most efficient exercise when it comes to abdominal muscle training. The next exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the crunch. Now this exercise is actually a lot more efficient than what we just witnessed with the sit-up, in that, as you can tell, instead of going all the way up to my knees when performing this particular exercise, I only go about halfway, not even up to my thighs. You don't have to take your back too far off the ground to execute this exercise properly. The main thing that we want to remember with these exercises is total core contraction. That's what's going to help us build stronger abdominal muscles. Bear again in mind that with the previous exercise, the sit-up, when we came all the way into the sitting up position, our muscles actually let loose. Whereas in this case, because we're not lifting all the way up and stopping in midair, so to speak, our muscles are forced to stay tight, which is what's going to help us build a strong core. The next exercise that I'm going to demonstrate is the side V raise. If you're looking for an exercise to help you work your side muscles or your obliques, your side abdominal muscles, this is a good one. It's incredibly important to try to keep your balance on your hips when it comes to this particular exercise. That way you don't actually roll around as much. It's very beneficial to do your best to squeeze as your elbow comes closer to your knees. The next exercise that I'm going to demonstrate is the plank. Now this is an extremely important exercise when it comes to strengthening the core, and that's mainly because the core is what's keeping us straight as a board or a plank. When we keep ourselves in this position, our core is what holds us in place. We use our core to stabilize our body. I chose to demonstrate this exercise for about a minute, and let me tell you, it doesn't take too long before you really start feeling the burn in your core muscles. The next exercise I'm going to demonstrate is called the 6-count crunch, and it works both the abdominis rectus muscles as well as the obliques. With this particular exercise, it does help to kind of keep the 6 counts in your head. This next exercise is called the V-up roll-up and is very good for working both the upper and lower abdominal muscles. As you can tell throughout the constant movement, there is no shortage of abdominal contraction going on. The key to the motions is that as you reach up to touch your toes and you go back, as your lower back hits the floor, simply reach up and in a diagonal motion attempt to touch your toes. The next exercise I want to demonstrate for you is what's called the leg up crunch. This is another form of crunch that's very, very good at keeping your abs fully engaged. This is another exercise where it doesn't take too long to feel the burn. This next exercise is known commonly as the Superman, and it works primarily your lower back muscles. As I mentioned in my last video, the abdominal muscles are extremely important when it comes to good posture and support for the back. So this actually is a very good exercise to work into an abdominal regimen. And to be honest, it doesn't feel too bad after doing all those other crunch type exercises. One of the things about this particular exercise is that we're actually strengthening our back by using the muscles in it to curve ourselves in an upward position. This next exercise is called the hanging knee raise. It's a very good exercise to work specifically on the lower abdominal muscles. When performing this exercise, focus specifically on lifting with the core muscles. Or after performing multiple abdominal exercises, it's always important to stretch. For this demonstration, I've specifically chosen to use the cobra stretch and the child's pose stretch. Guys, as always, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video and listen to what I have to say, and in this case, watch what I had to demonstrate. If there's anything that you feel I didn't demonstrate clearly enough, or if there's anything that you feel I didn't go into enough detail about, feel free to leave me a comment or drop me an email, and I'll be happy to respond to your comments or concerns as needed. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great night.